Welcome to AMHQ Weekend. It is July 26th. I'm Kate Parker. We've got Jen Carfagno here for Reynolds Wolf. We've got Dr. Greg Postel here. We've got our hands full with Florida.
Yeah, we do. Florida, they're going to see a lot of rain, but I think a lot of people are wondering, we've been talking in the last couple of days, is there going to be tropical development or is there not? We'll have that answer coming up in just a couple minutes.
Some new clues are available.
Yeah.
But look at this video. This is incredible.
Rain shaft and then the water spout and gorgeous view as long as you're inside and safe.
Right. So let's get to your Sunday snapshot so that you are ready to go out the door. And you need to be dressed in light-colored, loose-fitting clothing all across the South. It is hot, it is humid, and you're going to be easily overcome with heat if you're not careful.
You need a water source today. You need a lake, you need a pool. If you're going to be outside, you need something, a water gun, something to keep you cool. We got plenty of water in Florida coming from the sky. More thunderstorms heading our way today thanks to that front. And we will talk about that front and let you know if there is any larger or not chances of anything tropical developing on it.
Not to mention, you might be waking up this morning and saying, excuse me, are we talking about the fact that it's going crazy outside of my house in the Midwest? Yeah, lots of thunderstorms there. They redeveloped this afternoon. We're going to be looking at that coming up next. First
in the day, I'll show you why as we take a look at what's going on in Florida. First, West Palm Beach, your forecast today, tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, all have the chance of thunderstorms, especially into the afternoon. There's going to be a bit of a greater chance of storms, maybe even earlier in the day along the west coast of Florida. And that's where we actually have flood watches up because of our greater chance of rain that we've seen lately. It's been panning out right here. So Tampa, Sarasota, Fort Myers, all in the area under this flood watch. Number of rivers already running pretty high. That's one concern. The other one is if we get additional rainfall, everything's saturated. So you could get some brief flooding, especially watching streets and stuff too, with the risk of a heavy rain. So right now, Fort Myers, we got a little bit of rain out there, a couple of showers out here down south in the Everglades, northern Keys as well. We have typical Florida humidity at play. We also have this old front, this stuck front, this boundary. This is going to be one of the things that helps focus showers and storms. And we'll see the clusters of showers and storms out over the Gulf of Mexico move from west to east. So for Tampa and for Fort Myers and St. Pete and Clearwater and everyone in between, we're going to be looking for that risk of thunderstorms out there today. And you can see over towards West Palm and Fort Lauderdale and Miami, we get our storms. They track over by the time we get into the afternoon and early evening. And that's what we're looking at across the area.
Hey, Dallas. Hey, still no dice this morning. Once again, we came close to hitting the 100 degree mark, but we missed it. Oh, I know you're like jumping for joy there. You're like, come on, this is awesome. We love not having 100-degree days, but you got to 99, so might as well hit the triple digits, right? That way you can say it's 100 degrees. Okay, so the forecast for today, we're going to once again call for 100 degrees. We'll see if we hit it. It's going to be a close one. Monday and Tuesday close as well, flirting with those highs. So, that's all we got to say about that. Still not there. Still not there, Jen.
It's an arbitrary number, though, right? Like, it's the same thing. We celebrate big birthdays, like 30s and 40s and 50s, but we don't celebrate 29 and 39.
Well,
I mean, so 100's a big deal. But let's talk about 96 is going to be a big deal in New York City this week. So we're looking at our hottest day and days, actually, of the summer coming our way because we're going to see several days in a row, 3 days in a row of temperatures hitting 90 plus. That makes a heat wave for us in the Northeast. Wouldn't in Dallas because we hit 90 most days during the summer, but it would for us in the Northeast. So that is our story, that in the Northeast, this great weather that we have had these past couple of days, low humidity, blue sky, comfortable temperatures, that's changing and it's actually going downhill. We've got the heat and humidity both coming back. So what's happening with our jet stream? Right now we've had a bit of a trough up here and we could have a few showers today actually with this pattern change that we're going to get going on. A couple of showers possible this morning, maybe a few more later today, but overall southerly winds kicking in, bringing back the moisture in the air, the humidity, the dew points going up, ridge of high pressure building in our jet stream, and that's going to mean things are going to heat up temperature wise. So here we go. We're going to see a lot of spots all throughout eastern Pennsylvania, through Maryland and Delaware, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, all going to be hot this week as temperatures start soaring. 90s, Pittsburgh, D.C., New York City keeps on going Wednesday, and by Thursday we're really looking at a lot of heat out there. 95 in New York City, Boston, we're going to 88 degrees, and with the heat index, it's going to be higher. You factor in that dew point. 94 on Thursday, New York City, 96 in D.C., but I want you to notice that this doesn't last forever. We're going to see a change, and you'll see it first in Buffalo and Pittsburgh as temperatures drop off into the low 80s on Thursday. So by next weekend, you won't necessarily have to deal with this big old heat wave, but you will for the upcoming work week here right through most of the north and east. So get ready for it.
Up again. Look at what we've got going on right now. The heat currently is focused, and this is in the Midwest and in the southern plains. So from Kansas City stretching all the way to Shreveport across to Oklahoma City, you have heat advisories in place. We also have excessive heat warnings outside of Memphis and Tulsa. And it's all thanks to this ridge, right? This jet stream bulge that's allowing all of this to build right over the southern plains. And that's exactly what's happening with the heat. But we've got the humidity to boot. It's not just the heat. You put in moisture on top of that, things are going to feel even hotter outside, and that's exactly what we're talking about here in Little Rock. So at 9 o'clock this morning, your air temperature should be about 81 degrees, but look at this dew point, 76 degrees, and that makes it feel like 89. Watch what happens though as we go throughout the day. 3 o'clock this afternoon, 95 degrees is your air temperature. You throw a 75-degree dew point on top of that, which is incredibly uncomfortable, very oppressive air. 109 is what it's going to feel like. You need gills to swim in that water because it is going to be thick with the moisture. The heat is going to be very high as well. Later on this evening, you get a little bit of relief, but even at 9 o'clock tonight on your Sunday night when you're trying to do those outdoor plans, you're going to feel like it's 98 degrees outside with that heat index. So Jen, we are talking some extreme heat, very warm. I know you like the dew point forecast, and this is exactly spelling it out for us.
And then even that's too high for me. No relief even at 9 o'clock at night. Kate, thank you for that. Now, coming up right here, we've got the First Response Team of America, who's been helping victims of severe weather for 8 years. And when they roll into town, it's almost impossible to miss them. Maria LaRosa looks at this impressive group and its arsenal of